for music in general is a great way for people to express their identity. And people have done this for years. If you look at any teenage bedroom, for decades past, it's like a mishmash of vinyl, cassettes, instruments, posters on the walls, like memorabilia. That's sort of the initial way that sort of people find their identity separate from their parents as they're growing up. And this is really, I think, the power of music at a very low base human level, which is that is the first way that people start separating themselves from kind of the adults in their lives and bonding with their peers. Because it's a shared, it's an incredible shared context, and it's this I think of it as a seed that forms when you're like elementary or middle or high school, where you start really getting your head sucked into. So it comes to like this music nerd. The concept of music nerd has been around forever. But I really love it because it's music touches everyone, and that's beautiful. But there's a certain strata of people for whom music is such a core part of their identity that they invest an unreasonable amount of time, resources, money, whatever in this passion. And frankly, I think these are the people that both serve the culture and which culture ultimately should be able to serve. In the sense that if you're serving music nerds, everything else, you're making culture, and everyone can indulge in that culture because it's just so universal. So I feel like the MTV Cribs reference is a lot of at least for me, when I saw MTV Cribs, it sort of set this sort of high watermark for what it means to be a music nerd. You go to an artist's house, by definition, they made it their career. There is no more apex music nerd than someone who wants to make a living doing it, right? And they'll take you into their house, and there's always stuff on the wall. For some people, it's platinum records. For other people, it's concert posters for tours they've been on. And then you see just the trappings of a world of music that they're involved in, just in their environment. It is just such a part of their identity, and they spend however long they have, 10 minutes talking about hey, this is my house, which helps always from the perspective of music lifestyle as defined by that environment that they made their house. And I feel like this is every music nerd at some point wants to express their identity based on the music that they indulge in most. And short of inviting people over to your house to see your music room, that's really hard. Except now we have the internet. People have profiles in social media. People can find each other online. How is that music nerdness expressed in a way where everyone can just kind of consume it as just part of here's their profile pic, here's their profile, self-described profile, here's some recent photos of them doing the things they love. Where's the music part? And I feel like that's sort of an identity that everyone has, that there's room for expression for it. And music tie into that in a really beautiful way.
Yeah, and imagine having a track on your profile that nobody else has, right? An unreleased track of some artist that people love.
This is like how far I am down the rabbit hole. Other music nerds who see that will know. Like that, if you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, you know. Right? And that's this beautiful, beautiful thing about music. It's like every part of music goes super deep. Like if you're thinking about stems, if you're thinking about like early primordial influences on that artist that everyone sort of like knows now, it's a level of credibility and sort of attachment that music nerds have with their sound that I think is really great. There's a point where technology becomes useful and then mainstream, and then culture starts bending to and bending with technology, and then technology starts bending with culture.
Yes.
And yeah, it feels like we're there.
Yes.
Like, yes. Ideas are floating.
Yeah. So I started getting super excited this year, realizing like I'm early. I can get in on this and like really start to like think about the future and help innovate and design and things like that. So speaking of design, so let's talk about what you're working on. So can you share or like is it a problem space or something?
So the problem I'm trying to solve, and I've been working on this with my co-founder. It's close to a decade now. The general problem is how do you get people from liking a song to liking an artist to supporting an artist? And that I think is a part of just like making it possible to make a living.
Yeah.
And we started thinking about user experience. Like the most broken part. It still is the most broken part. We get that context that we should search for. Just like who's this amazing person? What else have they made? How do I help them find that? There's a bunch of work that the persona that we're trying to address, me, but I think these nerds in general, will do to sort of figure out who's this person who makes this amazing stuff that I'm listening to.
Right.
So we've been trying to essentially build that thing that makes it easy to do and get that context that we should search for. Just like who's this amazing person? What else have they made? How do I help them make it? Right.
Got you. Yeah. And we all saw this coming. But now it's every artist that I meet, they're like, you help me get on playlists. And I'm like thinking, no, I don't want to help you do that. I want to help you create a fan base who's going to pay you. and so it's that classic notion of like, you'd rather now, I think, have 1,000 passionate fans than 1 million dispassionate fans who couldn't give a rip about you. He'd rather have like a few rich patrons so he can just create whatever the heck he wants and offend whoever he wants or whatever, right? In a way, we want all artists to kind of think that way.
But yeah, I think it's. I don't think of NFTs as disrupting anything. It's more of a new adjunct revenue stream alongside, say, like physical merch, live streaming, live performance, vinyl, physical media. It's yet another thing for some number of creators. This makes a lot more sense than, say, like going on tour. So it's like a portfolio of ways to monetize that'll be specific to each creator as they find resonance.
Very true. Yeah.
cxy. Actually, I'm pretty much cxy everywhere.
Okay.
So yeah, just find it.
Okay.